topics. Hi everyone, welcome to Stories Worth Sharing. Today, we will be looking at a very important topic, which is cholesterol. Hearing the word cholesterol might get some of us scared, as we all know cholesterol as something that is bad because it increases the risk of us getting cardiovascular diseases and other chronic diseases. Actually, cholesterol has its good side too. It has its good and its bad sides. So as long as we control our cholesterol levels, we will still be able to live healthily. And so, how should we manage our cholesterol levels? Dietary intake is the most important key. If we have a balanced diet and consume an appropriate amount of supplements, we will be able to reach an ideal cholesterol level and allow us to be in a healthier state in general. So now, let us better understand what cholesterol is. In simpler terms, cholesterol is a fatty substance found in our body. We need cholesterol to protect some important organs and systems of our body, for instance, our heart. If our body lacks cholesterol, when these fatty substances are unable to effectively protect our organs, they will get injured very easily, and it would affect their ability to function properly. Another thing we need to know about our cholesterol is that most of our cholesterol comes from our liver. Liver is the main source to produce cholesterol. So if our liver function is bad, our cholesterol would be bad. Besides from liver, we can also obtain cholesterol through dietary intake, especially in animal-derived foods such as seafood or red meat. But we need to be more careful if we often eat seafood or red meat, as we might get bad cholesterol more easily as well. So we need to control and intake appropriate amounts of it to lessen the risk of getting these kind of problems. Actually, there are many types of cholesterol. If you guys often do blood tests, I believe many will know that in blood tests, especially cholesterol tests, we will be more attentive towards a few, such as HDL and LDL levels. So HDL cholesterol is what known as the good cholesterol. Why is it good cholesterol? This is because it brings the excessive and unnecessary cholesterol back to our liver, where it is broken down or passed out from our body as waste, hence having better flow for our blood. So as for LDL, they are bad cholesterol, and many of them will get accumulated in our artery walls, which easily causes blood clots, hardened blood, and increasing the risk of us getting other chronic diseases. So these HDL and LDL cholesterol are very, very important. Besides these two, there's also one that will catch others' attention, which is triglyceride, and it also plays an important role. If the food we eat is too high in calories, and if we are unable to convert it into energy, too much calories, like the excessive calories, would be converted into triglyceride. If we have excessive amount of triglyceride, similarly to our LDL, it would affect our blood circulation. And that is why we need to maintain it in an appropriate level. And of course, there's another one known as total cholesterol, where it is also very important. If our total cholesterol level is high, it would increase the risk of us getting some chronic diseases. Because total cholesterol contains the fats from HDL, LDL, and triglyceride. So an increase of total cholesterol means that you have an increase of other bad cholesterol as well. And many might have high cholesterol, but many would not know that they have high cholesterol. This is because the symptoms are like other chronic diseases, where it can be seen in the early stages. So young people might have cholesterol too, and this is why we need to do blood tests, because if you don't do blood tests or do body checkups regularly, we might not be able to realize or notice the symptoms of high cholesterol. And High cholesterol leads to many health problems. High cholesterol is a common death reason. So in Malaysia, almost 50% of the population have cholesterol problems. So this is something that we cannot overlook. So why do cholesterol attract many attention? This is because if there's too much cholesterol, it would accumulate in our arteries. And if our blood circulation is obstructed by that, oxygen, nutrients, and some important substances would not be able to be delivered to some of our important organs. And therefore, those with high cholesterol might have a higher risk of getting heart attacks or stroke. Because when your blood circulation is bad, our arteries would be clotted. And if the arteries that travel to our heart is blocked, that will cause heart attack. And if this happens on the path to our brain, then it will increase the risk of getting stroke. So this is something that cannot be overlooked, as both are chronic diseases and they are silent killers. Through our dietary intake, we will be able to decrease the risk of getting high bad cholesterol levels. So foods that contains many bad cholesterol, according to numerous studies, animal foods such as fatty cuts of meat, poultry, meat, they contain high levels of bad cholesterol. So we should lessen the intake of these food so as to decrease the risk of getting high cholesterol. Of course, we need to be aware of our cooking methods as well. So if our cooking method contains many fried foods, or like using oil in high heat to prepare our food, we would also be intaking bad cholesterol unknowingly. And after decreasing the intake of bad cholesterol, at the same time, we also need to increase the intake of good cholesterol. Especially, we need to eat more whole grain foods such as oatmeal or whole wheat products, because these products contain many fiber, which can help us balance out the cholesterol in our body. Nuts are also a very good choice, such as almonds or Brazil nuts, as they have high antioxidants and high anti-inflammatory effects and can protect our arteries and decrease the injuries in our arteries that are caused by our cholesterol. Besides that, many studies also found that if we want to increase our body's good cholesterol, we also cannot miss out omega-3 fatty acids. Because omega-3 fatty acids are fatty acids our body must have. If we do not have sufficient intake of omega-3 fatty acids, there will be a high risk of an increased amount of bad cholesterol. And that is why increasing omega-3 fatty acids can also protect our arteries and increase good cholesterol. So, what foods are rich in omega-3 fatty acids? Deep sea water fishes are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. So besides the omega-3 fatty acids that deep sea water fishes contains can be distinguished into two types. First is EPA, second is DHA. EPA and DHA are two important fatty acids that our body needs. It's a must-have. They play important roles respectively. So if everyone values health and appreciates your body, especially our arteries, to be in a healthy state, remember to consume EPA and DHA. Besides that, the amount of EPA and DHA that a soft gel contains are much higher than just some common salmon. As you can see here, one single soft gel contains 180 milligrams of EPA and 120 milligrams of DHA. So even though the amount of EPA and DHA found in other foods, such as salmon, are the same, but if we only eat salmon, we might obtain other things that we do not want, such as bad cholesterol. Or while eating salmon, we might obtain too many calories, hence increasing our risk of being overweight. And that is why, even though they have the same ratio of EPA and DHA as a supplement, after the EPA and DHA have been processed carefully to specifically benefit the health of our arteries. So EPA and DHA is a more healthier and better choice. Why is EPA and DHA so effective in controlling cholesterol? Well, this is because it can help increase the secretion of bile and break down or excrete the bad cholesterol in our body. So EPA and DHA can also help to reduce the synthesis of LDL in the liver. So if liver synthesizes less LDL, the LDL in our body and arteries would also lessen as well. And gradually, it can help balance the good and the bad cholesterol levels in our body. So other than that, in terms of safety, our EPA and DHA had gotten many international certifications. It contains the extraction of deep sea water fishes from the Norwegian Sea. It is natural, pure, and safe to consume. And besides that, it also has a standard concentrate extraction method with no carcinogenic substances, which allows us to consume them more safely and healthily. So while eating EPA and DHA, if everyone wants to obtain a healthier state, you can consume another product, which is LX Young. LX Young is very effective in protecting and benefiting our circulatory system because it contains 3 unique components. The first one is L-arginine, which is a type of nitric oxide. Our body produces nitric oxide, but as we grow older, our nitric oxide ratio and amount would decrease. Therefore, we need to increase our nitric oxide in order to help out with our circulatory system. Now, besides that, it also has tomato aqueous extract and patented curcumin. Curcumin is an antioxidant and has great anti-inflammatory effects. At the same time, it also acts as a blood lipid regulator and can help control our cholesterol levels. So let us further elaborate on the benefits of nitric oxide. So nitric oxide improves blood vessels condition, and it dissolves and lessens plaque formation. Hence, restores the elasticity of blood vessels, restores and damaged blood vessels, and ensure a smoother blood flow. This is a condition that we would have right after we are born, but as we grow older, many like maybe due to our lifestyles and perhaps stress or like free radicals issue, which affects blood vessels condition, as well as the fact that there's insufficient secretion of nitric oxide. So this led to many younger generations to already be having some vascular problems. So consuming LX Young and by intaking more L-arginine to reach a higher nitric oxide level can decrease the risk of getting vascular problems and protect our vessels to operate properly. The second component plays an important role in decreasing blood lipids levels, which is curcumin. Many studies found that LX Young can reduce total cholesterol, LDL, triglyceride, and at the same time, it can also increase HDL levels. So LX Young is also rich in TAE. And TAE helps to maintain a normal platelet aggregation, and this can ensure that we have a balanced cholesterol level and to prevent us from getting platelet aggregation. So after consuming LX Young, the antiplatelet aggregation effect is seen within 1.5 hours after ingestion, and it can last for more than 12 hours. And almost all subjects responded to the antiplatelet aggregation effect. So taking precaution is truly effective. And besides that, in simpler terms, to conclude, cholesterol isn't scary. The scary thing is when cholesterol are imbalanced, which is when good cholesterol is insufficient, while bad cholesterol kept on increasing, which increases the risk of getting cardiovascular obstruction. So if we have a proper dietary intake, lessen the intake of bad cholesterol and increase the intake of good cholesterol, especially pairing it up with EPA, DHA, and ELKEN, we will be able to maintain balanced cholesterol levels, hence decreasing the risk of getting chronic diseases, especially heart attacks or strokes. So hopefully everyone can take good care of their health, stay away from heart attacks and strokes, and stay away from any chronic diseases. So most importantly, know how to take care of your cholesterol levels. So start taking action today, take care of your cholesterol levels and your health so that we can live happily and healthily every day. That's it for my sharing. Thank you.